welcome to the Articulate Ox podcast. I am your host, Soma79. Thank you so much for joining us today. I am super excited about my guest today, Wordplay da Flyest MC. What started as a search for answers for me about this one Alaskan hip hop record that I recently acquired from the early 90s landed me in front of Wordplay da Flyest MC, and he is one of the most creative, cool dudes I have met in a long time. He is a hip hop battle rapper from Juneau, Alaska. As I say, hip hop battle rapper, right? How old do I sound? He's a battle rapper from Juneau, Alaska. And you've probably seen his videos battling online, wearing a Pokemon mask and absolutely shredding people. Dude is so talented, so cool. Absolutely love my conversation with him, and got me more curious about the Alaskan hip hop scene, and that might have to be an area that I check out at some point soon. One funny thing that happened. So if y'all remember episode 2 of this podcast, I talked with Concept the Astronaut, my boy down in San Antonio. I always say the wrong thing. He'll appreciate that. So he had sent me this picture of a piece of graffiti that he took back in like 2012 that said Soma, and it had a picture of a cat next to it, and it was very similar to something that I had done as a really young kid, and it just felt like this weird moment of kismet. That just, I don't know, it was strange. Go back and check it out. But this sort of happened again a little bit in this episode, where during the episode, Wordplay talks about an idea he has for a album cover based on this Wanted poster from an anime series that I'm sorry, I forget which one it was. I don't really know that much about anime, and I didn't really know what he was talking about at the moment, but I assumed a lot of people would. Though the next day I was sitting at my desk and I turned right and I looked at this storage drive that I've had kicking around for years, and it had what Wordplay confirmed is the same poster that he was talking about. I've had this sticker on my storage drive for a long time. I have no idea where it came from. I still don't really know what it means, but Wordplay can explain that too, and I guess he does during this episode, so I guess I'll have to watch my own episode again. But Wordplay is the man. Check his stuff out. I'm working on some music with him as well that I can't wait for everybody to hear. I can't wait to hear it myself. I haven't even started it yet, but I promise you it's going to be dope. So go check out Wordplay, and peace everybody. Hey, welcome to the Articulate Ox podcast. I am your host, Soma79. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm super excited about my guest today. We have Wordplay da Flyest MC, battle rapper from Alaska. What is happening, man?
What's good, bro? I'm excited to be here. This is my second podcast, and I'm excited.
Awesome, man. You already got a pretty good online presence. So I looked at your YouTube channel today, and it looks like most of your videos from within the past year, you got over 2,000 followers, and whatever you're doing is working, man.
Yeah.
So
I mean, like if people who are new to this, I wear a Pikachu mask.
I wasn't sure if you were showing up with that today.
I feel like that helped.
Ready for anything.
I was tempted. I was tempted. I was like, should I wear a Pikachu mask? But I was like, I don't know. I feel like that has kind of have something to do with the view count going higher. It's kind of like ridiculous. It makes people want to like share the video, like, yo, look at this kid. Like he got nunchucks and a Pikachu mask, But yeah,
but like you got the bars too, man.
Marketing.
Like you got the bars.
Oh yeah.
Because that's only cute for like 30 seconds if you can't rap. And then it's just sort of like watching roadkill. It's like watching a rodeo clown get hit by a bull if you can't hold your own, but like you can hold your own, man. So congratulations.
Yeah, I mean that was one thing that I focused on, was like I can't just be funny. I have to be like, because I love battle rap. Like I kind of make fun of it a little bit, but like I definitely got the bars. I gotta put the bars in there, but with my own little like comedic goofy twist.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting too, because so one of the battles that I watched was against, I think, a Manhattan MC name. Was it Big Six or something like that?
Big Six.
Great battle on both you guys, two totally different styles. I really enjoyed it. And one thing that was really evident was like it was such a it felt like just a warm atmosphere in that room. Except for like were there the neighbors up above that were banging on the floor or something?
Oh yeah. yeah, there was a yeah, that was in like a upstairs, like people live up there. Like that was a record store, but upstairs like people actually live up there. So like people
Not
were
rap
going
fans.
wild and yeah, and they were like, "Yo, shut up!" And I'm just like, we just kept going. But yeah, like shout out to Big Six. That's like that was actually my first battle, and
Really?
like people
Wow.
were yeah, like people were really like people didn't know me until then, and it was crazy that I got that reception on the first like that was the first impression of like me. So
Wow.
like yeah,
That's
it was pretty
crazy.
wild. Yeah,
Because you definitely
yeah,
yeah, that battle was awesome, man. And it like the warmth in the room
yeah,
too. It was so much like good hip hop vibe, love in that room. You know, battles can be high
yeah,
testosterone environments. And but like
yeah,
there
yeah.
seemed to be so much genuine love of hip hop in that room. That was amazing. I love, was that his girlfriend that was
Yeah.
like flashing a cam that was like also like on the side?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh man.
She was trying to get in my head, bro. So I was
Yeah.
like, I'm a disser. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, I'm a
It
disser.
was like, you know, that battle
But
was like a really great pro wrestling match because I feel like there were like stories inside of stories, and it was just so like I was, once I turned it on, man, I was in. So go check out that battle. It's on YouTube, and get those views up because it's really something special, man.
yeah, it was a
So
dope experience. Like shout out to Glenn. He actually put that battle together. So battle rap's still new in Juno. And that was pretty much like it was the second, but it was like the first like all local battle. I mean, well, Big Six lives here now. But yeah, like he really put that together. So shout out to him. And like yeah, we kind of built the battle rap scene is going crazy here now. So yeah,
yeah,
shout out to Glenn Ojard.
so that's sort of like, so I want to get into a little bit about why I reached out to you, because so I had this, I'll tell you that on my wormhole a little bit, is that whenever I buy records online, like there's a store from Germany I like to buy from, I always try to pick out one record that I just pick out, not, I've never heard it before, don't even know what it is, and try to just find something special and unique. And I got this record called Prohibited by Law Regiment, Marked for Death.
Oh damn.
And this is Alaskan hip hop from the early 90s. I guess these guys released
Really?
about two LPs, and they had never been, it had been very, it had never been pressed on CD before. Had not, it's not on Spotify. I think it's on YouTube. And I'm like, oh, and they only pressed up like 300 copies. And I pre-ordered one and they sold out right away. And no idea what it sounded like. It's got this real Ghetto Boys vibe, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
It's so
Yo,
dope.
I've never even heard of that.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
can't find almost anything about it on the internet. So like so I started going
Oh,
down a wormhole of what is the Alaskan hip hop scene like, because this was like all I
yeah.
had. And I would say if you find this record, definitely check it out, especially if you like Ghetto Boys, EPMD. There's even a fucking Christmas song on this album, and it's got it all. And there's another record too by theirs I'm gonna try to track down. But so yeah, all right. Well, I guess my search continues on this. We're gonna see who can get me my answer on who these dudes
Who actually
are and
knows?
what they're doing
Yeah,
now. Yeah.
I didn't
But
even know there was Alaska rappers in the 90s.
that I don't think anybody knows. It's like so now I think
Yeah.
I'm gonna reach out to the company that pressed it up and see what they could. I think the only other name on there was some guy who mastered it who was French, and it didn't. I think his whole website was in French. I'm like, there's better be something interesting at the end of this search. So that got me down. Just I'm like, oh, it got me interested about what the hip hop scene in Alaska is like, and I thought of the idea that about trying to go out and find these hip hop scenes that I know must exist because hip hop is everywhere now, but you never hear
Yeah.
about. I knew there's people. There must have been people rapping in Alaska, and I found you. So shout out if anybody's watching this from any of those other like scenes that's like is up and coming or doesn't get talked about, hit me up because I want to talk to you. I want to help spread the word, and that's what this is all about.
Hey, that's
So
dope. That's
so yeah,
dope.
so I found you and you jumped out right away because your style is wild. And I felt like a little bit of a kindred spirit today because I watched that video of you the video game video, which I'm bad with
Oh
songs.
yeah. Games.
And
It's just called games.
yeah, and you did like a few things you could see the green screen in the background. And I
Yeah.
watched that this afternoon, literally this morning shot something very similar to that where I was making a joke on how the green screen was there, and I was like, oh man.
Yeah.
Like so
Yeah,
so
like
so you really are new to this, huh?
yeah, so well, I've been rapping since I was like 12, but I really started like this whole like wordplay started not even a year ago. Like it's been crazy. Like we started like an independent label. I have an independent label called DDE, Diamond Dollar Entertainment.
Yep.
Yeah, but we started July of last year. and the growth has been crazy. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like we're not viral yet, but like
Right.
it's been going nuts. Like, I don't know if like how big of a fan of battle rap you are, but there's this guy named Lush One
Yeah, I know Lush
who's a
One. Yep.
legendary like host. So
Yep.
I got to battle on his card just earlier this year. Yeah, and I got to meet him and I was like, yo, you're Lush One. And he was like, yo, aren't you the kid with the Pikachu mask? I was like, what? Like I was like, whoa. Like it was crazy. Like he just yeah, people like knew me there. Like it was in Anchorage. I live in Juneau, but
Right.
yeah, like people knew who I was, which was really cool.
Wow.
And yeah, it's been
Wow.
crazy. We've been doing shows and hopefully we'll be able to expand
Yeah. Well, before
after
I
that.
forget,
So
we'll plug it again later. But what do you have coming up? It's just probably based on what I think this will
yeah.
drop. This will be sometime around July.
So July we actually have I have a battle and it's actually gonna be my last battle. Because like I've been doing shows now and I kind of want to focus on that. I might come back to battle rap though, but
Right.
yeah. So I have a battle in July. It's called Word to the Wise Festival in Sitka, Alaska. I'm battling J Flow, and then we're also performing I think the next day or the same day, something like that. But yeah,
Awesome.
July 16th. Yeah, or no, July 15th. Yeah,
Excellent. All right, cool. And where, so
and
where,
yeah, it's gonna be dope.
how, and I know very little about Alaska. I mean, I did some, Googling this week. I, read all about, Mayor Beth Weldon of Juneau, and I know how you have 32,000 people that
Yeah,
live there because I've been to your Wikipedia page. So I feel like, and I saw all the
yeah.
episodes of Northern Exposure back when I was a kid. But the place that you're battling, how, like, is there really, there are only two ways out of Juneau, and that's by plane and by boat?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, plane and but well, actually, oh yeah, plane and boat. Yeah, yeah, we take it like we could take a ferry or like we fly. But yeah, like Sitka is very small. Like it's Juneau's like the second largest city. But like the scene here is just like it just started. But Anchorage, it's popping over there. Like hip hop scene is going crazy in
Oh,
Anchorage.
really?
Like there's people everywhere. Here, it's just starting. Yeah, like I mean, I've been a rapper since like way back when, but like wasn't really like there's no shows, no battles. Like now it's starting. Like there's a lot of events and people are enjoying it. So
So what does
yeah.
it take for you to get to Anchorage? Like if you wanted to get to like a show there, is that like a day long trek or is it
Well, are you talking about like getting there or like
yeah.
getting booked there?
Oh, just like getting there. I mean, or yeah, getting booked as well. Like is
Oh,
it
getting
like yeah, like both of those, I
there. Yeah.
guess.
Um, I think the flight to Anchorage is like I think it's like an hour or 2 hours. And getting booked there like it's like easier for me now because like my I don't know I'm doing pretty good on social media.
Yeah.
Like before like no one would book me like they're just like man this kid's weird like
Right. Here's another person
who,
with another like,
yeah
MP3,
another person but yeah they see the Big Six battle got like almost 10,000 views and now it's like yo come over here bro we want you
Yeah.
over here and I'm like cool so
Yeah.
I'm actually going back there soon so it's gonna be dope but actually other than Alaska I've been getting booked in like Oregon and Seattle so
Oh, sick.
like yeah we growing.
Yeah, that's so dope, man. I mean, the battle scene is especially now because the real audience for battles is like you infer the internet, and so you could do that anywhere.
Yeah,
It's you don't need to have a enormous crowd to have a really memorable battle that catches on. And
yeah.
so you had another brilliant idea too. One of the other battles I watched of you today was your surprise compliment battle, which that
Oh,
was that was I
that
love
is
the Andy Kaufman working the fans like WWE aspect of how that. Why don't you talk a little bit about how that came together?
that is my favorite battle ever. Just because absolutely no one, for me and my opponent, knew it was gonna be a compliment battle. Like, so like we were pretending we were beefing for the longest time because it was like 2 months before. So we're like making videos about each other and like talking shit. Or oh, can I cuss on this?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, okay. We were talking shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking and then yeah, so the day of the battle, like people were like, oh man, like Baby Boom Wordplay, they're about to go in, bro. Like they're beefing, da da da. And then I just go in, I'm like, I think I said like, man, I fucking hate this motherfucker because he hella nice. And like everyone's like, wait. And then yeah, it was just compliments, and yeah, it was a good time. People were like confused at first, and then after that they were like, bro, you a goofy motherfucker.
Yeah,
You a goofy motherfucker. We just
it's like,
pranked the whole, and I knew that would do well on the internet too. So
yeah. For people who don't know, like a compliment battle, like maybe one out of every 200 battles that happens might be a compliment battle. It's like they're sort of a novelty,
yeah,
but like they're also, they're just as hard, if not harder to do than a regular battle. And it's like it just takes you to this whole
it's
other
actually a
space. It's
lot
really cool.
harder.
Yeah, I guess you're probably
Yeah,
right. I've
it's a
never really
lot
thought about
harder.
doing it. I've
Yeah.
only thought about writing bad things about people. I very rarely write good raps about people. But
Yeah, dude, I actually had to make things up, like, cause like after, yeah, like I was like, yo, he helped me through this time. Like he never did that, like, cause I didn't know what else to write. Like I was
yeah,
like I barely, like he's a friend of mine, but other than like rapping about like saying the generic stuff, like yo, you a handsome motherfucker, like yeah, I had to like come up with some more creative shit, but.
yeah.
Yeah, my favorite bar in that is the Game Boy line,
Which
but
one? What was that one?
I was like, oh man, it was like, what did I say? Oh yeah, I was like, I was getting, it was gonna be like, I was gonna start like insulting him. Like I was like, oh, you want a battle? And then I like tricked the audience. And I was like, good thing I brought my link cable and my Game Boy, which is like a Pokemon
Yeah.
reference. Like we were gonna battle, yeah.
Oh my
But
God.
yeah, people like, yeah, people like
So
that.
you're clearly you're into video games. Have you got on the whole the new Zelda game that just came out?
Bruh.
I haven't
Yeah,
played it yet.
I just got it. I haven't played it yet, but I'm really excited. But
Yeah,
I'm gonna play it like I like to be immersed in my Zelda.
yeah.
But yeah,
The
yeah, I see you have a
reviews
lot
have
of
been crazy.
Funko Pops back there.
Yeah, yeah, those have acquired over the
Yeah,
years. It's like, and those are going to be the things
yeah.
that like when I was a kid, my grandparents had Hummels, which were these little like ceramic figures of kind of creepy looking kids, and they
Yeah.
thought they're going to be worth zillions of dollars, and now they're all in a big landfill. That's what these Funko Pops are going to end up.
Yeah, I have a big ass collection too. I'm a nerdy dude, bro.
Oh, I'm super nerdy too, man. I have my
And
old Atari 26 because I'm old. I have my old Atari 2600 games on the wall. Like,
yeah,
I was sending screenshots of my
yeah.
my Conker's Bad Fur Day today video game.
Hey,
Yeah, I don't know if you know the rapper
that's my
Copyright.
shit, bro.
Yeah, I don't know if you know the
Yeah,
rapper Copyright, but he's got a new album coming out, and he shared a track with me. He drops a Conker's Bad Fur Day bar in there. I'm like, I haven't thought about a game in 20 years.
I gotta
But
check that out. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, I'm a big ass gamer.
sweet man, that's awesome. What are your favorite games?
Uh, I'm very old school, so like, well, like my top game is Smash Bros. Because I'm a fighting game guy. I love Smash Bros. Love Street Fighter, Tekken. Other than that, I love Final Fantasy. I love Zelda. GTA. Yeah, those type of games.
Were you
And I
competing
love
in something
Conquer,
yesterday?
Banjo.
Did I see
Oh,
on
I
you're
was supposed to
competing?
compete.
I saw you talking some shit.
There was a tournament. Yeah, yeah, I had to.
Hey,
But
it's far from the course.
yeah, me and this other rapper in town, his name's Reigns, we were gonna compete in the Smash Bros tournament in town, but they actually canceled it. So like instead we just played at my homie's house
Uh,
and I smoked him. So I use Pac-Man too. I see you got the
oh,
Pac-Man light.
Pac-Man's my favorite
So
game of all time, man. Like I love
really?
Pac-Man. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, that just shows how freaking old I am. But like, it's just one of those games that it's like it never gets old. Like it for some reason, it's
Oh,
just
yeah,
it still holds my
yeah.
attention. And with an ADD lunatic brain that I have, it's nice to have something like that. Um,
You know, you you a Miss Pac-Man over Pac-Man or
I think if I'm in an arcade, yeah, because Miss Pac-Man sort of is that classic like arcade experience, I think, and it's like if I'm playing Donkey Kong, I'd rather play Donkey Kong Jr.
yeah?
in the arcade too, because I think that's kind of a more fun game. It's kind of more challenging, but I don't know.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah, that yeah. I
I have
used
a
to play.
special
I have
affinity.
Donkey Kong Jr. too. That's
Yeah, we
cool.
climb like yeah, I love that shit. I love that shit. Yeah, yeah.
You
It's my
know,
video
you
game
play
taste.
Donkey Kong 3?
No, I haven't. No.
No, it sucks.
Yeah.
To me,
It's
it does. It's too
it's
hard.
yeah, it's crazy. Like some of those games, like I don't know. I bought this when COVID started. I bought one of those Nintendo little emulator things, and it had like 300 games on it. But the majority of them were ones I bought off Amazon for like $30. Most of the games were ones I think people made in their basement. A bunch of them were like Japanese games. I don't know what was happening, but I don't know. I just kind of got stoned and played away. Like, you know,
Hey, that's how it's done.
played Rampage for like 6 hours and just loved life. So. I don't know. So you said
I
you
haven't
kind of
played that one yet.
Rampage. That's the one where you climb up the buildings and just punch them. They made a movie with The Rock a couple years ago, which is just
Yeah,
one
yeah,
of like
I
the
heard about that.
craziest movies. It's one of the craziest bad movies. You got to see it. So I don't know. So you said you're going to kind of move away from battling. What do you really want to do? Like, where do you see yourself going from here?
Well, like, to be honest, that um, here the music scene here like is just now popping, like we just now popping. Before that, like it was just battle rap. Like battle rap was is bigger than the music here right now. So like I was like, well, I want to be a rapper, but I'm here in Juneau. Like I got to battle, and I mean I still love battle rap. So like I was like I'm gonna do this, and maybe something will happen. You know, like so yeah. After that, the music scene started popping here. I did a couple shows. My last show, like people actually like knew the words to my songs. So like I was like, I hit up my homie Glenn. I was like, yo, I might battle. I might do two more and then I'm out. Like I kind of just want to do focus on my music and do shows. But I might come back here and there. But
Yeah, for the
I
right
definitely just want
opportunity or
to
something.
focus on my music.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because I mean, you got the skills to like
yeah,
write the songs. Like you might as well get those out there and like make because the battling takes a
yeah.
lot of prep time, and it's
It does. Yeah, it's so some people actually don't know. Like some people think it's like off the dome.
yeah,
Sometimes it is. Like
right.
sometimes like I
When
can
I
rebuttal
battled
off the
back in the
dome, but
day, it was all off the dome over beats, and this was like early
yeah,
2000s, and it was challenging at
yeah, yeah,
times, and yeah, but
yeah.
the
I
problem is
bet.
there was no guarantee of seeing good battles. You go to a night, there could be 20
Yeah,
battles, and only 4 of them could be decent because people are just trying, you know.
yeah, yeah. It's definitely more. It's yeah. It takes like a few months. Like we'll know about a battle like like 2 or 3 months beforehand, and we get to like prepare for it. And yeah, but with my thing, it's a lot harder for me because I have all these theatrics. So like, I'm like, well, how can I pull out this prop? Like, I'm gonna
Right.
put it this in my pocket, this one in my other pocket. Like, but yeah, it's a lot. It's like you gotta know what they're gonna say to you, so you have to like make sure you write something that can maybe rebuttal it. Like, you gotta be slick with it. What are they expecting? Like, it's a chess game. So, but yeah, I like to make it very entertaining because a lot of the battles I watch, like they're entertaining, but sometimes they just get like there's just too many gun bars. like
Yeah.
let's let the goofy kid come in and like make people laugh.
And there's like too many people just getting right up in each other's face and watching like spit fly right in there. I'm just like, oh man, just like
Yep.
it's
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if you
Yo,
know
it's
3SK,
funny
but
too.
he was one of our top battlers up here. I had him on a previous episode, and we call him Stone Cold
Oh
Steve
man.
Boston, and he's a terror on the
Oh yeah,
mic.
you're from Massachusetts, right?
Yeah. I'm out in like Western Mass. I'm trying to get a hip hop scene kind of going out where I'm at. I'm like out by like UMass Amherst, Northampton area. So yeah.
I mean,
We're
yo,
about as
bro. I
far
mean, if
from each
anyone
other
wants
we
to
could
collab
possibly
over
get.
there, I'm here.
Yeah, definitely. I was gonna talk to you about that. I got some songs I'm working on that you might be dope for. So
Definitely, bro. I'm always down.
yeah. So how far have you traveled outside of Alaska?
Like with rap.
Yeah,
Uh,
or rapper in
uh,
general, I guess.
uh. Yeah. Like so far I've been to Oregon, battled in Oregon. And we did some stuff in Seattle. Um, yeah. But other than that, like I've been everywhere. But with rap, like Oregon and Seattle so far, West Coast. I'm trying to like get popping there and then maybe move on to the rest of the states. But I'm Filipino and the Philippines be rocking with me. So yeah, actually going there in a few days too. So
Is there a big Filipino population in Alaska?
oh yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
it's big. Like and a lot of them are related to me. um but yeah, it's a very big Filipino population.
Has
So
your
like
family has your
it
family
kind of
lived up there for
helps
a
me.
while? Oh, obviously, there's a lot of them up there.
Yeah, yeah. I was born here. I was born and raised here. So
Cool.
yeah, but yeah, there's a lot. My mom has like five sisters,
Ah, yeah, so you're holding it
and
down
they
for
all
the
kids now.
yeah. That's cool,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
So what you said before, I never really heard of a scene like that before, where the battling was sort of bigger than the regular shows. But that, I mean, it makes sense because you
yeah,
know the battling's reaching the world, it's reaching me in Hadley, Massachusetts, and obviously if you're doing a show at a bar there, it's for the people that are really in the bar. So that does really
yeah.
make sense. So how has the battling helped to grow the grow the scene there?
It like it definitely it. I feel like the battle rap is what kind of started like the rap scene here to what it is now. Because like I mean, there was battles before I joined, but like people liked it. It was cool, but like I like not to toot my own horn, but I feel like I brought it to other places, like and that's just like me being. I want like that was my goal too, because I was like, this is a small town, no one knows us. People think that Alaska, like people think we suck, like hardcore, like we don't have no hip hop swag, and I was like, well, I wanna make people like see us,
I
but
mean, to
my
your
thinking
credit,
is like
like
I
I went
gotta.
looking for an Alaskan rapper, and you're the one I found. So
Yeah,
job well
yeah,
done.
exactly,
Like,
exactly. Yeah, but yeah, like I wanted it to be like a viral thing. Like I was like, yo, what if I did all this funny shit? Like maybe because the internet, people like to see, they like to be entertained, and
right.
the only way for them to share something is if they are amused by it,
Mhm.
or like if it's really that good. So that was my way of thinking. I'm like, I'm still dope, but like I'm a pull out some nunchuck or some shit,
Right.
like
Funny
you
never goes
know,
out of style.
um,
Is what I said this for years. Funny never goes out of
exactly.
style. I mean, as long as you're not
And
telling
to be
super
honest,
dated
like,
jokes, but like if like having like
yeah,
the presence you have, like it's enjoyable watching you on screen. I watched you throw axes at a fake board for like 10 minutes earlier. I was entertained. Second try, you got a
hey,
bullseye
that was
too.
good. Yeah, my homie Chris was pissed about that. He's actually over here. This is my homie Chris.
What's up, man? Is
Yeah.
he the dude
He's a
with
he's
the
a battle
berserk?
rapper too.
Is he the dude with the berserk kill 'em all shirt in the video game
Oh
video?
no, that's Hunter.
Oh, okay, cool.
So this is AWR. He's a battle rapper too.
Oh yes, I saw you on the
He's
other. Yeah,
battled.
you. Yes, I remember now. What's up, man? How you doing?
Yeah. Hey, oh, we can't hear you right now. He said, "What's up?" I got AirPods on.
Oh,
But
word,
yeah,
word.
you should interview him next, bro.
Yeah, I'm looking to talk to as many people as I can. So yeah, have them hit me up.
But
So so what? How you have a couple of singles out now and streaming. How has that been so far? Have you been able to kind of successfully get some of your battle views over your Spotify and your all that stuff?
yeah, so I released my first two official singles before I started battling. And like they were they got like a few plays, and then like after the big six thing happened, like it just like it went up. Like people actually checked out the music, like that. So I'm never gonna like abandon battle rap because I feel like it put me on. Um, I mean, I'm on this podcast because of battle rap.
Right.
like,
Yeah.
like so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely helped me. Like after the battle rap stuff, people were like, "Yo, like I want to see if this kid actually has good music." And then like
Yeah, and it's like
yeah,
there
they
is
they,
something
they
that's
see
kind
the
of like
light.
the battle rap trap that they say, where it's like if you stay in battle rap for too long, that's all people kind of see you
Yeah,
as. And there's kind of a stigma that battle
yeah,
rappers can't write songs, which some of them can't, but Mac Lethal won numerous scribble
yeah.
jams, and he's written a lot of dope songs. Brother Ali was a damn good battler. Idea and abilities, there's tons of good battlers that can, or idea, tons of good
Yeah.
battlers that can write songs. So it's like I can see why you'd want to kind of have a
Well,
well.
yeah. Well, I was a musician before I was a battle rapper, so like
Oh, what'd you play?
that's always been the goal. Well, I mean, not a like I've been making music.
Yeah.
It's like I'm not a
I'm like that
like
too. I
I've
have like a
been
bunch of
rapping.
keyboards and an
Like,
organ, but it's like I can
yeah,
play a little bit. I can play enough to make something that sounds like
yeah,
I can play something.
yeah. But yeah, I was always into music before battle rap. Battle rap was kind of like I have to do this to get there, and I feel like I'm getting there, but I don't want to. Again, yeah, like what you said, I don't want to be trapped there, because some people can't. It's hard to grow with battle rap sometimes, because so some people like don't realize that battle rap is like WWE,
Yes.
because like we're not really beefing,
Right.
but people think we're beefing. Like so sometimes the audience like
And even
they'll be
real
like,
rap is
I
like
hate
that a lot
you.
of times.
Like I hate. Yeah, yeah, that's true. But like battle rap, like people don't know the difference. Like I could be homies with this guy, but like his homies think we're beefing, so it's like fuck you. Like,
Right.
and I'm just like,
It's
bro,
not
this
all
is just
Papa Doc
entertainment,
versus B Rabbit from 8 Mile. It's not all like you messed with
Yeah,
my
yeah,
girl
yeah.
and stuff. Like
Yeah, it's literally like I compare it a lot to WWE, because like yeah, we got two different characters going at it, but at the end of the day, it's like it's for the fans.
right.
Like the
It's like a
fans
roast
are
almost, like a
we're
comedy
trying to get
roast.
them. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's like
Like we're there to entertain. Like yeah, it's not serious like that.
so you had mentioned before that Big Sick like his this was your first battle. So how did you come about having him as an opponent, and what was like, sure, like if you hadn't battled before, did he know you're gonna show up in like a Pokemon thing or
So no one expected that. And I was actually not supposed to wear that. So I had a song called Wanted, and I got the Pikachu mask because we were gonna do a music video with it. I was like, yo, like it'd be crazy if I had a ski mask, but it's like a Pokemon ski mask.
yeah.
So I had it. We tried to shoot the video. It didn't really work out because I suck at shooting music videos. But when that battle came up, I was like, if I wore the mask, wouldn't that be crazy? And to be honest, like my homies were like, I don't know. I'm like, I'm just, dude, I'm gonna try it. Like, no one knew I was gonna wear the Pikachu mask. No one had nunchucks in my pocket. It's like I was gonna like really. It was like the surprise factor. I wanted to like be like, yo, what the hell? Like when I pulled out nunchucks, people were like, whoa, like no one does that. Like I really wanted to stand out as much as possible.
Yeah. I like when you signed the nunchucks in the compliment battle. That was didn't you say you gave him nunchucks and you
Oh,
autographed them for him?
yeah, yeah. I autographed it for him.
Oh my
Yeah,
god,
yeah. The
no.
nunchuck bar was that bar, like that clip kind of blew up on TikTok a little bit. So like, I kind of tried to like bank off of it a little bit, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Well,
like
that's
I
the
made
thing.
stickers that said nunchuck his ass.
That's the you like WWE, you'd like my man 3SK because he does his big thing is wrestling bars. Like he does like tons of like just sick
Oh
wrestling
yeah,
bars. Like, he just made tons
yeah.
of stuff with that. That's wild, man. So how I don't I forget if you even answered this question, but I get described it. How did you get the battle with him? Like, did it's like obviously he's
Oh
someone who's
yeah,
battled before. So like, he's taking a
yeah.
battle with something totally unknown and having a total curveball thrown at him. Was he like kind of cool? I mean, he seemed very cool about it, like in person. It seemed like the most cordial, awesome battle I've seen. But like, how
Yeah.
was it like? How did he take it?
So yeah, our promoter Glenn, he booked the battle. So Six came into town and he wanted to battle someone, and like Glenn gave him all these options, and I did a couple freestyles on YouTube and stuff, and so like Glenn's giving him all these like people, and he chose me because he thought I was like more lyrical than most
Yeah,
other guys. He wanted like someone who can actually like spit.
yeah, get a little
Um,
cerebral. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. So like, yeah, when we get to the battle, like I was like, yo, he's gonna expect me to go like, cause he was like talking some shit on Facebook, and he was like, oh, this guy's an Eminem wannabe, da 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 da, and I'm like, bruh, I'm a show you, like I'm gonna
yeah,
go in like with something you don't expect. After the battle, like he was super cool. He was super cool about it. Like he was a little, because he did like stumble at the end, and he was
yeah.
a
I
little
couldn't figure out when he was
upset
repeating those
about
bars
that,
a few
and I
times.
kind of
Was
like
that
made fun of it a little bit.
when he was repeating those bars a few times, was that I couldn't get why he was doing that, if there was like maybe a point to it that I had missed the setup to, or what was going on there?
No, he was choking.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. Because it must have been
He
hard
couldn't
too, because
find
I know he had
it.
a lot going on
Yeah,
there. He had angry people, and like it was a tough situation. But
yeah, yeah. So like, but yeah, he was super cool. Like, um, yeah, he's a super cool guy. Like, I haven't really
he
seen
came
him
off
since
really
that
well.
battle, but like,
He came off really well. I mean,
yeah,
I'm sure good for him. He's getting a lot of views, and I think that battle should get him more battles. He came off well too. I mean, it was fun. It was like, it's like
yeah. So he actually quit. Yeah, he actually quit after that battle, and I told him I was like, bruh, like you got like this is like because like I don't think he's ever had this many views on a video before. I mean, I get that he like kind of like screwed up, but I'm like, yo, like we did something for the scene. Like you should like keep going. Like I don't know. Like
and that wasn't like I
I
said,
feel like
I
even if
was
he's
only a little confused. I wasn't like, oh, like as the
yeah
viewer, the naive viewer, I'm just like, oh, like he was a little, but like
yeah
you also see that a lot in battles where someone says a line and they think
yeah
it didn't get heard, they want to say it again because it's for the posterity of the thing and they want it to land. So it
yeah
wasn't that awkward, but that dude really fought a really great battle, and it's under kind of strange
yeah like
circumstances. So big props to him, and he
and
should get back out there if it's something he still
yeah.
wants to do.
Yeah, I'm very grateful for that battle. I was like actually terrified because he's from like the Bronx or something, and I was just like,
You
bro, this
never
guy,
know.
like, he's from the Bronx. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
he's
gonna
where hip hop
like,
started.
I was, yeah, I was definitely the underdog. People actually thought I was gonna get bodied. Like, yeah, all over the internet, Wordplay gonna get bodied, Wordplay gonna get bodied, and I was just like, I don't think I got bodied.
I will say one
Yeah,
thing, like you with the Pokemon mask, you committed to the bit because it's like you can't go halfway on something like that. It's like you decided you were gonna do it,
yeah.
and then like there was no backstepping, you didn't seem like you were inconfident in that mask, like and it
So,
worked.
yeah. So to be honest, after that battle, that mask, like, it was gonna be a one and done thing. But like, yeah, like, and then it like got so like, I wouldn't say like big, but it got big over here, and people were like, "Bro, you should wear it again." And I was like, "All right, wear it again." Next
Right.
thing, dude, bring the Pikachu man. Like, people like kind of loved it. Like, it's not gonna be a thing forever. Like, it's a thing. Like, I'm wearing it for now because it's like it's kind of helping.
Yeah.
And people, I don't know, people love it. They like seeing that, and it's good for like the videos because it's like, yo, look at this kid. But eventually when people like know who I am, I'm gonna like. There's not gonna be a Pikachu mask anymore.
Right, right, right. It
But
can be you can
yeah,
bring it out for like special occasions to pop the crowd or something
yeah, yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah,
But like, it's really cool, man. Like the people. So I don't know if you went into my timeline at all. I'm a rapper too, and I have a little thing where I have this thing character Ox the astronaut where I have all these masks of him. I don't really wear it like while I'm rapping, but it's a character I made a comic out of, and I'm making this film to go with my
yeah.
new album, and it's all based upon that character. That's what I was
Oh,
shooting earlier today, like this weird it's just
oh, that's
like this
dope.
weird crazy thing. But so when I was putting the mask on and posting pictures of it, like the helmet that says Ox on it, it's like an astronaut thing with on Instagram, I would have people who would be like, yo, you're just ripping off like MF Doom, and I am a huge MF Doom fan. But like my
Yeah.
response was, what I'm actually doing is I'm kind of ripping off Humpty Hump from Digital Underground. That was more when you see what I'm gonna be, that's what I'm
Yeah,
doing it. And then it'd
yeah,
be like they didn't care anymore. And then I was like, wait a minute,
yeah,
you were mad when you thought I was ripping off Doom. You don't care that it's Humpty Hump, but now I'm mad because I love Humpty Hump. I twerk shock shit. But and so
yeah,
whatever, that was my journey. But so do you ever get any of that, like there's a big thing now where anybody who's got a mask on, people are coming with their MF Doom,
yeah.
spears. Like, do
Nah,
you get any of that?
well, I've gotten a lot of the MF Doom stuff, but it's not negative. It was actually like I did a show over here, and like a kid came up to me and he was like, "Bro, you're the guy in the Pikachu mask." I was like, "Yeah," and he was like, "Bro, you're like Alaska's MF Doom," and I was like, "Don't do that, don't do that."
Don't spread
I
that
was
around.
like,
Let's keep that between you
I was
and
like,
I.
bro, that man is way above me right now. Like,
Yeah,
nah, like like, yeah, yeah. I love MF Doom, but I
me
don't think
too.
I'm anything like him.
No, no one else will
Like,
ever be. It's
yeah,
there's only
that
one
that
MF
dude
Doom,
is
man.
crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
legend.
Yeah, definitely. There's an episode with my man Concept the Astronaut from San Antonio. I do a lot with the San Antonio hip hop scene. There's a lot of good artists down there. We talk about Doom for like an hour and a half, and I have a bunch of cool like
Yeah.
there was this thing I think I forgot to talk about in that episode, but I'll mention it here because you're a Doom fan. They did this thing maybe like 10, 15 years ago where this company called Accomplice, they're a clothing company. They had some partnership with Doom, and you could get this Doom like blind box, and it was like $100, and it was this wooden box, and you had no idea what was going to be in it. And it of course came way later than it should have. And you got it, and it came with this box that was nailed shut when it eventually showed up, and there was a crowbar with an MF Doom symbol on it where you had to pry it open. So already I was like pumped.
Oh,
And,
that's
and,
dope.
and inside of it was an MF Doom pocket watch that I have like hanging on the wall, I think over there, and like an exclusive T-shirt, a cassette, like a purple cassette of Doom Starks, of like one of the songs of him and Ghostface,
Yeah.
and
Damn.
and I think there was something else, but the craziest thing is there was a treasure map, and there was legitimately a treasure buried somewhere
Wait,
that
what
was
the fuck?
MF Doom related, and I couldn't to me it was I couldn't figure out what it was really going at, and I just sort of lost interest. I can't even find the map anymore, unfortunately. I have everything else, but and I kept looking online if anybody ever found the treasure, and eventually someone did, but there was like no information on what it was. So that's one of my other goals, is that I want to talk to somebody at Accomplice who worked on this and find out like what it was and what the deal is, because that sounds like it must have been a crazy story to walk around with Doom. So I don't know.
Yeah, that's dope. That's crazy.
So what are your earliest hip hop
Yeah.
memories? Like what got you into to loving this stuff?
All right. So I didn't when I was a kid, like my parents didn't listen to hip hop. It was all like pop. They like whatever was popular, like NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, Britney Spears. I got into hip hop. I my both my parents had to work, and I would be babysat by my older cousin, and she'd watch a lot of like I don't remember if it was MTV or BT, but it was one of those. And I saw like Nelly for the first time, like in one of his music videos. It
Yeah.
was like Country Grammar,
Yeah.
and like he had like the jersey, the do rag, he had the Timberlands on, or not the no Air Forces.
Yeah.
He had the Air Forces, and I just thought he was super cool. Like he was like a superhero to me,
He is.
and I was like, I
He
want to
is, when
do
they say
that.
swagger and
Yeah,
rapper, he is what they're talking about. Everybody else is
yeah,
pretending. Him and Royce the 5'9" are the two
yeah,
guys that have legit swagger.
yeah,
Black Thought,
yeah.
a bunch of
So
other
like,
people, but those are the people that come to mind.
yeah. Yeah. I used to like dress up as him. I'd have like the tape and then like yeah, all that stuff. But through Nelly, like I was a big Nelly fan, and then through that I eventually found Eminem, 50 Cent, Lil Wayne, Kanye. And then when I got older, I went back and like I studied like all the all the old school guys, Rakim, Big Daddy Kane, Pac, Big. I'm a big Native Tongues guy. Like
Oh,
that is actually
sweet.
like my favorite like yeah, dude, Tribe, De La, Jungle Brothers, Brand
Black Sheep.
Nubian, Queen Latifah, Black Sheep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
Naughty by
Like,
Nature isn't
yeah, that,
native tongue, but definitely Naughty by Nature is amazing and don't get enough credit.
yeah. Oh, dude, Tretch is in my top five.
Oh, he's
My top
amazing.
five favorite MCs.
Him and
Tretch,
Sticky
yeah,
Fingers from
that
Onyx
guy's
don't get
crazy.
talked about enough. They're both like Sticky Fingers, like one of the few
Yeah,
people who like kind of bodied Eminem on his own song. It's like it doesn't happen very often. It's just
yeah, I'll do that.
yeah. I mean, it's as close as you're gonna
But yeah,
get probably.
my two biggest influences growing up though was definitely Wayne and M. You can probably see there's a Wayne
Oh yeah, yeah,
picture
yeah.
right there. Yeah. Yeah, Lil Wayne and Eminem. But yeah, like I'm 25, so I grew up on the 2000s.
Right.
Um, but yeah, but people are surprised when I know, but like, cause I'm a big hip hop head. Like I
Yeah, because
collect
I couldn't figure
vinyls.
out I couldn't
I've,
figure how
yeah,
old you were. I mean, the mask didn't help, but like
yeah,
because you dropped a lot of Wu-Tang bars, and I'm like, is this dude like,
yeah. Oh, I love Wu-Tang.
oh man, who, yeah, clearly me too. But like I
Yeah.
was like pumped
So
about
like,
that.
people are surprised that I know so much about like the old school. I'm just that big of a nerd. Like, I mean, even with gaming, like I'm 25, but I go back and play the NES and SNES, the Genesis, like
Yeah.
so like that also translated into hip hop. Like I know like I listen to like everyone. Like I got like Funky 4+1. Like I
Wow.
got the Cold Crush Brothers. Like
You're going
yeah,
really
like
far back.
I listen to everybody, bro. Like even like people even rap that people think are whack. I listen to it just because I want to know what's like because it worked. Like one hit wonders,
Right.
it worked. And you want to know what made it work, but like fuse it with like real shit, you know?
It's funny too. You know what? I recently bought the record of "I'm the Rapper, He's the DJ" by DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince, which was one of the first cassettes I
Yeah,
ever owned.
Fresh Prince.
That's an album that has gone from being dope to whack to dope to whack to dope and to whack, and now it's just dope forever. Because like, especially because it's like his flow on that, his on Brand New Funk, his flow on that's ridiculous, and Jazzy Jeff is insane, and the beats are really good for of the time, and you're just like, there's a couple novelty songs, but we all know the lyrics still, so how bad could they really be? It's like. It's
I feel
one
like
of those things like that you can see why they made it, you know.
I feel like there's a lot of examples of that, like because hip hop evolved and now it's like the whack rappers back in the day are kind of dope now, like Sir Mix-a-Lot, like or I mean I'm not saying he was whack, but like
no, but
back in their era, like or like even like MC Hammer and Vanilla Ice, like nowadays they'd be like dope. Like, I think they're dope, but
Ray the Rugged Man has a line that's like, rap fans treat rap legends like icons, and rock fans treat rock legends like icons, and rap fans treat rap legends like bygones. And I think that's been true for a lot of. Hopefully, I finally got that out right. But I think that's been true for a lot of years, where they were like hip hop sort of forgot about a lot of its legends. And I think especially this year, we're celebrating the 50th anniversary of hip hop. Hip hop has been on a postal fucking stamp now, which is nuts. They're going to be breakdancing, they're going to be in the Olympics coming up. It's like, you know, it's a great time to celebrate.
I have kind of have like my opinion on that. It's like it's kind of a good bad thing, like or like it's a good thing and a bad thing, because with rock, it's kind of like people only care about the old stuff,
right?
And that's why you don't really see rock like nowadays like popping. With rap, I do wish people would go back and like, cause I'm like one of the rare examples that like go back and like collect all the shit, like, but like,
and you know what you can tell in your bars too. When you listen to your bars, you can tell you've done your homework, like, and that's really dope.
Yeah. But I feel like it's a good thing too, because then it can evolve. Like it can keep, like hip hop is the #1 genre in the world because it keeps evolving. Yeah,
it's probably the biggest cultural export from the United States in the past however many years. Like it's been sort of the US's gift to the world. It's straight from
even in the Philippines. In the Philippines, battle rap is huge, like huge. Like they're in stadiums over there.
Wow.
Like and then b-boying is already like everyone knows that some Asian dudes like they love the b-boy. Like,
they're gonna represent at the Olympics. I can't wait to see that. Yeah. It's if you've never watched any of the old Scribble Jam performances, which was like I don't know if you're familiar with that, but it was like this Midwestern festival, I think in Ohio for a bunch of years in like the late 90s, early 2000s. Lots of great b-boy battles and lots of great DJ battles and MC battles. I think they were mostly off the top of the head, but a lot of the guys went on to be legends. It's they're really worth. I think Eminem competed in one. Blueprint was in some, and idea.
I remember the BT like 106 and Park battles were like
Jin, yes.
Jin and Blind Fury, like those guys are crazy.
I love Jin. I was watching the original Fast and the Furious last night, and I was like, keep waiting for Jin to show up. Then Ja Rule showed up. I'm like, oh, he's in the other one. Goddamn.
I got Ja Rule.
And then I was waiting for Ludacris to show up, and he didn't either. But they played Hoes and Area Codes, and I was like, oh, Luda is in the first Fast and the Furious. He's just got a song in it, so I was excited.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's on the soundtrack.
Yeah. This is kind of morbid, but I did put it. I had the DVD from when it came out, and I went to put that in. And before the movie is Paul Walker giving a public service announcement about car safety, and I was like, oh wow, this is not good.
That's
it really hit you in the gut. My girlfriend and I are both
crazy.
Like, ooh, and now I'm sharing it for everybody. I don't know. I guess I got to cleanse my pain, but So what are you working on like you working on like an album or something? Or is it more about singles?
Yeah. Originally I was just gonna go with singles. But I am working on an album right now. And it's called Wanted, Dead or Alive. And it's actually very like not to go on the weeb section, but it's based a little bit on anime. Like if you hear the songs, you don't hear it, but like there's a storyline, there's like skits and everything.
Yeah.
And I kind of like based it off of like Liquid Swords a little bit, like how
My
there's like
favorite
a
top
pretty
five
much a
album of all
story.
time, man. Top five album.
Well, maybe you might like my album.
I'm low key like seashells.
But yeah, like I liked how the Wu-Tang based a lot of their albums on things they liked. Like Raekwon based it on his favorite like gangster films. ODB based it off of the comedy, like the dark comedy films. So I wanted to base off mine anime, and I'm actually like this is a One Piece hat, and so like I don't know if you ever watched One Piece, but
No, I don't know a lot
it's
about
about like
anime.
pirate. Yeah, it's basically it's about pirates. So like it's called Wanted Dead or Alive, and my cover is gonna be based off of Luffy's Wanted poster, which is the main character.
That's cool.
Um,
What
but
is
yeah,
that?
like the songs are not about it's not about anime. It just
Right,
has
it's
an
the
anime
theme.
aesthetic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
yeah. So
familiar
like,
with
but the
Dr.
songs are about
Stone?
like you know.
Do you know
Oh
Dr.
yeah,
Stone?
yeah. I haven't
So
seen it yet, but
my man Aztec from Hybrid Thoughts was on a previous episode. He does a bunch of the music for Dr. Stone. He's one of the cornerstones of our underground hip hop scene here. He's definitely someone used to
that's
work.
crazy.
He's an Asian dude. He's worked with Jin before, I think. He's so
Damn.
talented. He's such a talented, nice, intelligent, smart dude. He teaches classes in hip hop, or he has in the past. So he's someone I definitely
Yeah,
recommend everybody check out. But yeah, he works on Dr. Stone with Adult Swim.
that's
So
crazy. We
yeah.
might link up. That'd be crazy.
Yeah, hit
That'd
him
be
up.
dope.
He's a wicked nice dude. So that's cool. So when how far along are you?
It's gonna be a while. It's gonna be a fat minute. But I have actually have some really dope features on there. Do you know who Marv One is?
I've heard the name.
So yeah, Marv One actually he battled Eminem back in the day.
That's where I've heard
Uh
the name. Okay.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. So I have him on my album, which is really cool. And like
Sweet.
yeah. And then I don't know if I should give too much. I got my
Yeah.
all my homies are in it.
Yeah.
And but
Yeah.
I do have like two big features. Like people actually know these people.
That's
Like
awesome.
but
Well, hold on to
yeah,
those so you're
it'll
ready to
be
announce it. Yeah. Yeah. I'm working on with one
yeah,
right now that I'd really love to mention, and I can't yet
yeah.
because
Tell me after.
yeah, I will. It's you might have heard. It's sort of it's a legend from back in the day, but not like not like like sort of more underground legend. But you probably heard his name,
Yeah.
especially if you ever played Tony Hawk Skateboarder. So I'll leave that
Oh
as
damn.
but
Yeah, there's a few artists that I really want to work with, like that are not really active now, but like I don't know what their price points are, or like if they would be willing to do it. But
well, that's interesting
like I
because
would love
so
to do
yeah, go for it.
oh I would love to do a song with the KRS-One
I had some friends who just actually
and
Aztec
Jizza.
did a song with him. He just Aztec did a song with KRS-One, my
What?
man Just Disciple. This was a while ago.
Bro,
I don't really know how
I'm
that came
jealous already.
together, but I don't know how they came together, but like he
Yeah,
obviously is approachable, I mean,
yeah. I mean KRS-One, he loves hip hop. Like that's his thing. So I would love to do a song with him. Yeah.
yeah.
Hopefully one day.
Jizza too has been on my list. He did a show out here
Yeah.
recently where you could pay like an extra $200 and go and play chess one-on-one with him ahead of time.
Oh, what?
It happened to be
That's
on the
crazy.
coldest day of the night here, where like
Uh,
literally it was dangerous to go outside, and so we didn't go. And I can't play chess either, but
yeah.
like I did
Neither
get
can
to
I,
do a
but I'm still trying.
yeah, I did get to do a
I'm
song. I
still,
wanted somebody from Wu-Tang on my album, and I succeeded. I got Young Dirty Bastard on one of my songs. The son of Old
really?
Dirty Bastard. He's on. It did a song with Elza and Raz Cass, and Young Dirty Bastard sings the hook. And that was to me, I was like so pumped once I'm like, we got a little bit of Wu-Tang on the album, can only go
That's
so wrong.
crazy, bro.
Yeah. But like it's funny, like
Um,
you can kind of like that's I don't want to talk prices online, but if you ever want advice on that, like I know I've talked to a lot of rappers. It's like and things too. I'm not ashamed to say when I do features with people, 9 times out of 10, I'm paying them. This is business. It's like this
yeah,
is how you
yeah, it is.
support your
Yeah,
artist. And I started doing this.
yeah,
I had taken a long break off rap and I started doing it over quarantine because it occurred to me, I'm like, I want to rap again. I'm stuck at home. I bet some of these rappers were not getting paychecks. They're probably interested in working with artists. And it did work out that a lot of them did. And I was able to,
yeah,
maybe get some I don't know. But like I can talk to you about that offline if you're interested. I'll kind of, let you know what the
yeah. That's dope.
rates
Yeah, a
be.
lot of people don't know that too. Like some people think that rappers just like hop on songs. It's like, nah, like they want, we gotta
Right.
get paid for this. Like
That was back in
we
the
got,
day. People were like, well, yeah, but you got a
yeah,
feature, but like it wasn't for the love. You had to pay him. I'm like, Yeah,
Yeah,
but like you have to give that person some credit that they have a talent that is
yeah,
deserved money. It's like it's like
yeah,
it's kind of disrespectful to expect it's going to be for free all the time, you know?
yeah, yeah. Like, I mean, right now I'm doing all these features for free, but like at a certain point, like, because so this rap thing, it might not last forever. So like, it's good to,
Right.
you gotta think about your business.
Right.
Yeah,
But even sometimes like doing for someone for free is just about building a relationship too. So it's like the relationship ends up being
yeah,
worth
yeah,
more
yeah,
in the long run. So it's like, what is really free, you know?
yeah,
But that's my
yeah,
that's my
yeah. It
philosophical statement of
depends.
what is really free. No. It's a lot later out here than this there. Then again, I'm like I'm 44 up at 9 o'clock at night. You're 25 up at what is it? Like five or no, like four.
It is almost 5. Yeah,
Oh yeah, yeah.
yeah, it's
So
almost 5.
I'll be eating my golden grams going to bed pretty soon. I guess that's not what I'm talking about. So what so having been to some other scenes and having traveled a lot, what is there anything that feels different about the Alaskan hip hop scene that sort of makes it stand out? One thing I did notice in the background of some of those videos is you had, just like eyeballing them, you had like kind of a different crowd than I would probably see at like a hip hop show here. There was one dude with like a Metallica vest on, like vest on. There was some people there that I believe looked indigenous. I don't want to assume too much, but it was like there was a definite
Yeah.
like there was a dude with a beard who looked like he belonged, right in Alaska. It was like, so is the scene a
Yeah.
lot different out there? How is it? Is it a place where the community comes together?
So yeah, so yeah, it's still new. So like, I mean, those people that you mentioned are like people that actually love like rap and stuff. But like the reason why you don't see like a lot of younger folks, like the high schoolers, is because like our shows right now are like you have to be like 8, or I think it's like 20, 21 in order to go. Because we had an event. The compliment battle actually had a lot of high schoolers over there. But there was an incident that happened after the event. A lot of the high schoolers like started like fighting like
Yeah,
with
it's
random
tough with high
people.
school kids.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so like I think someone gave them alcohol. So
Oh,
like
yeah.
they were yeah. So like we had to like be like, yo, if you're gonna come to the show, you have to like bring a chaperone or so. And a lot of people didn't like, when you're a high school kid, you don't want to bring your mom to a battle rap. So like,
Right. It's
um,
like,
so yeah, that's what sucks. It's like they, it kind of got, it ruined it for the young people who want to show up, on their own for the
right.
battle rap scene. I mean,
And
like the music scene, like it's like all young people most of the time, but the battles, like right now, it's like older people.
is so
But yeah,
is it
plus like
is oh, go for it. You're yeah.
oh yeah, plus like battle rap in general, like the audience isn't very like young. Like it's kind of like I noticed even when I battled out in like Oregon and Seattle, like it was a lot older people, like 30, 40, like because I that's probably like that's more like your guys' era, like
Yeah.
was the battle thing. But
And it's sort of a
me, I'm
nerdy
trying to
pursuit
like
too.
yeah. Plus like me, I'm trying to like kind of what's the word? Kind of pander to the younger audience by like being the person I am,
Yeah.
animated and all this shit. Because those younger guys are kind of intimidated. Like they don't. It's a lot of the older guys are heavy gun bars, like in your face, da da da. Like, but I'm
Yeah.
like, yo, you could be like whoever you want. Like my
Yes.
thing is, I gotta stand out. So like, yeah, like I
Yeah.
want to stand out as much as possible from those guys. So
That's sort of like for me, like I mentioned before, Humpty Hump Digital Underground. Like when I saw the No Nose Job video and I was being babysat at a friend's parents' house, that blew my mind because I was like, hip hop can be this
yeah,
too, and that was my that
yeah.
it's just like you can be whatever you want, and it's like as long as you commit to being, that it's like it can
Yeah,
work. It's remarkable. And
yeah,
not every genre has that level of
yeah,
flexibility. Like, you don't like most country
yeah.
people are in the same lane, and
You
yeah,
just have the like, you just have to have the fundamentals. Because
yeah,
like, if I had the Pikachu mask and I was black, it would have been totally different. like,
yeah.
you gotta have the bars. Like, and anyone can like work on that. Like, so you're only corny if like you do the gimmick and that's the only thing you have.
Yeah.
Like you have to, if you're gonna have a gimmick, be dope too. Like, you know, like really work on the bars and all that.
Do you remember like
But
the
yeah.
first dope, like really dope lines that you wrote? Like the ones where you were just like, oh, this could be some like this, I could take this
Yeah.
somewhere. This is more than just like whatever. Like, do you have any memory of what those were for you?
Well, I used to like rip off Lil Wayne all the time, because like his wordplay is crazy. Like,
Yeah.
but like when I did it, it was corny at first because I would write like it'd be stupid. Like it'll be like tripped over a bra, call that a booby trap. Like, like dumb shit like that. But doing that, like you gotta keep writing those because then you'll eventually like find it.
Yeah.
So like yeah, eventually like I got better. Like I'm a very punchline heavy dude. Wayne, Big L, and Jay-Z, like those guys, like I studied their bars and that's how I got good at punchlines,
If there was one
wordplay and all
more
that stuff.
Big L album, he would be remembered so much more. He's absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Just
Dude,
like
people fuck with Big L here. Like a lot of people like
sweet.
actually know Big L over
Yeah.
here.
I mean, like people talk about him,
Like
but he never got to that next step of like the Jay-Z of like
yeah,
Pac and Biggie and stuff. But it's like he
yeah,
was from a talent perspective, I think he was right up with them. There never would have been I mean, Eminem was
yeah,
clearly a descendant of Big L, and
yeah.
Ramones
That
though.
like I remember he had this bar, like it blew my mind because like he was like, "Yo, I got keys like a janitor." I was just like, "Damn!"
Yeah.
like yeah, like his wordplay is insane.
I'm so ahead
Like
of my time. My
yeah,
parents ain't even met yet, or something like that. Like it's just
yeah, that shit's
and
crazy.
then he was
Or like
cold hard too on other songs too. He was just like a
yeah.
killer on other like a song The Heist. You're just like, damn, this guy ain't fucking around. And yeah,
Yeah, he's definitely a big inspiration to me, and Big Pun too. Big Pun was
yeah,
a really big inspiration of mine. With
yeah. Dead in the
more of the
middle of Little
flows
Italy.
thing.
Little did he know
Yeah,
they're little the middlemen and diddly
yeah,
diddly. It'll be a cold day
it's
in hell before I take
crazy,
an L.
bro.
Like shit. And I
It used to
allegedly when
blow
he
my mind
wrote
because I
that
was,
line, he thought it was corny and wasn't gonna release it. Like that's the story I'd heard about that. And I'm
dude,
just like, what?
yeah, like I was like when I was younger, I was like, how does he fit all those words in there?
Yeah.
And it's still on beat. So like he was definitely a guy that I looked at with like getting my flows together. So
That was
yeah,
something I had to learn kind
that's
of
that.
late. Where like I was good at the writing, but the flow came to me late. Like what did you really
Yeah.
like? You strike me as someone who might have been similar, especially with the punchline style. Was it harder to get one aspect of being the MC down than the other, like the flow versus the lyrics?
Yeah, I feel like I was a flow guy before I was a flow guy, but the bars were like corny, right? Like if you didn't know English, you thought I was killing it. like yeah, but like the bars were corny at first, and I eventually like was like I sat down and was like, yo, because someone actually like commented on an IG, but I did a freestyle over I think it was like I forget, like it was some like beat. And I freestyled over it, and someone commented like, "Yo, like your flow's dope, but your bars are whack." And sometimes people are just like, "Man, fuck that dude," but it's like, nah, like maybe my bars are whack. Like, so
Yeah.
it gave me a second look, and I was like, I need to get good at the lyricism. So like I studied all the lyricists, Lil Wayne, Nas, Big L, Jay Z, like Rakim. I was like, if these guys are what the pinnacle of lyricism, like I want to see what I could take from them and like put it into what I do. And same thing with like hooks too. I got my hooks like I was dope. Like now, like I was dope at like spitting, but my hooks are garbage. So
Yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna study 50. I'm gonna study DMX.
Yeah.
I'm gonna like because
It's
those
called
guys'
Eminem
hooks are
disease.
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I made sure to like study every aspect of that and try to implement. I'm still learning too. Like I'm not at that point yet, but if you heard my old stuff, you really see like the massive growth.
Yeah. What I used to do that was ended up being a mistake is I would treat the hook like a different 4-bar verse that was just in a different flow.
Yeah,
So it was just like I was still coming way too hard and way too fast. And I was like not like
yeah.
giving the listener a break. I finally broke that habit after a while. But you're like sometimes a little like wicka wicka is like all you need, but
DJ Premier hook, which is the
yeah,
DJ scratches.
yeah,
But yeah,
yeah,
50 Cent was the guy that was like, like, because he's not a lyricist. Like, he just
no,
says real shit, but his hooks are amazing. So I was like, I'm gonna see what he does, and I want to see if I can put that in there. But like, there's bars, like,
yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah. He's got, it's funny,
yeah,
like I always
big
kind of
inspiration
crapped
of
on
mine.
50s like lyrics, but there's still lyrics of him. I've come
Yeah,
around to him a lot more the past few years. Like there's still lyrics like
yeah,
so what is the guns got bodies on it, it still looks new, and like stuff like that that still like
yeah,
stick in
yeah,
my mind, and I'm like he had some dope, like that song Heat. Love that song, man.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he's just a really great songwriter. And I feel like Pac is kind of like that too, because like he wasn't very lyrical either. Like, but his songwriting is incredible. I'm wearing a Pac shirt, by the way. Or,
Nice. Yeah, I
like,
love Pac, man. I like,
yeah,
yeah, such a big fan of his. Like, what so were you how I'm trying to do the math, but you probably weren't even born yet when he passed away, right? It was probably right around the same time because if
yeah,
you're 25, yeah.
yeah. I was Biggie died before I was born too. I was born in late '97, October
That's the year I
'97.
graduated high school.
Yeah,
97. I remember like
damn,
literally I was
damn.
putting up that pink installation in some guy's stained glass studio garage thing with my friend, and this guy, a guy in like his 60s came in. He's like, some guy named Tupac just died, and I was just like, what? Like, I don't know, still
Damn.
remember it. You know, my parents remember where
Yeah,
they were when Kennedy got shot. I remember where I was when Biggie and Tupac got shot. But
damn.
I don't know,
Like,
man.
yeah, that that must have been crazy. I like, I don't know, like I never, like I think the closest thing I had to that was like Mac Miller, like when he passed recently.
That
Yeah,
was so
like,
heartbreaking.
but yeah, that was a big one. Yeah,
Yeah. Friend of mine,
but
actually the guy who was on my last interview, we were talking to Mac Miller, and he said, I posted something, he's like, yo, the dopest lines on an album from Mac, it's like, a thought is love's currency. And I was just like, the more I thought about that,
yeah,
a thought is love's currency, I was just like, damn, man, that's just like 27, 28 when
yeah.
he passed, man. He I think he's like a generational talent. Like he is
Oh yeah,
if there was like an Elvis and Beatles of white rappers, which I don't know why there would have to be, but it's really, to me, Eminem is the Elvis, and Mac Miller is the
yeah.
Beatles. And
I would agree with that. Yeah,
and just like both, like Elvis and the Beatles stole a lot from black musicians, obviously. So I mean, it's
yeah, yeah, yeah,
what is similar there too. But like
yeah,
to me, it's like there's when Eminem was big and when he first came out, people thought there was going to be tons of white rappers just popping up out of nowhere, especially because Kid Rock and like Limp Bizkit were still doing a thing, but it never
yeah,
materialized. Like Bubba Sparks came and went and stuff, but then
yeah,
like Mac Miller was sort of
yeah.
that person that I think was, I don't know, man. I could ramble about him
Well,
forever,
we
obviously.
we also cannot forget Paul Wall, the Iceman Paul Wall.
That
Yeah,
he definitely
I
made his
met.
imprint.
Yeah, he actually came over here, so like I kind of like
That's
I
awesome.
got to meet him, and yeah, so I kind of have like, yo, that's Paul Wall. I grew up listening because I was a big Nelly fan. He was on Grill, so
Yes.
I was always a
Yeah.
big Paul Wall guy too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was actually, I forgot to ask before. So do you get internet, you get like national acts that come out and play shows out there, or is it slim pickings?
In in Juneau, it's very rare. Like we had Paul Wall here, we had Bone Thugs here.
Nice. They
We're
go
actually getting
everywhere.
we're actually getting Redman in September.
Nice. Redman and Meth Man
Yeah,
played a show in my town last year. They were on stage for 10 minutes and
yeah.
they pulled the friggin' sound off of them. It was pouring rain and they wouldn't they
Oh
told me
damn.
only they could play one song left. They started doing Rapper's Delight because it was 10 minutes long, and then they just pulled the plug on it. Like literally 5 minutes from my house in the
that's
middle of nowhere.
that's amazing.
Yeah, I was pissed.
But yeah, I'm
Yeah.
excited. I might be opening for that. So
Oof,
I would love. I've never opened up for a big act, so like
that's
that'd be
awesome.
crazy.
Yeah.
But oh, it's Redman and Corrupt from the Dog
Oh,
Pound.
damn.
So yeah, yeah, I'm excited, bro. Like and Redman is like in my top 10. So like
Oh God,
that's
yeah.
like a dream. Like if I can meet him, like that's gonna be crazy. But yeah, Anchorage usually gets all the big acts. They get it like every like we get it like I don't know once every few years, but like they get them like all the time. Like Anchorage's a big city. They got the venues like
Yeah.
they had Lil Wayne over there a few years back. Like,
Oh wow.
yeah, but it'd be dope to have like some other people come over here. It's mostly old school acts that come here. So
Yeah, yeah,
like yeah,
man.
but I prefer that too. So that's
Yeah,
dope.
yeah. And it's like funny
Actually,
because yeah,
one time we had a Waka Flocka Flame come here.
that's
Yeah, which was
awesome.
I wasn't old enough to go to that show though, but
Yeah.
yeah, I was still in high school.
We're getting we have and there's not much of a scene where I am now, but there's this place that opened called Daily Operations in East Hampton, so give them a shout out. They brought out Lord Finesse and Esoteric from Czarface, and they
Hey,
did a great show. And then they did another one
that's dope.
recently with Large Professor and J Live. And they're just and they did another one with
Yeah.
Homeboy Sandman and I think maybe Count Basty, the guy who worked with Doom a little bit. And it's like whoever is booking those shows is finding the exact perfect acts to bring out here. And these dudes are showing up. It's a small room and they're absolutely killing it. Like Large Professor was
That's
just
dope.
you as soon as he got on stage, and there've been a bunch of opening acts, some were good, they're all pretty good, but and some were great. And as soon as he got on stage, like that is what an MC looks like. And you're just like, take notes, people.
Yeah, that's dope. That's
Yeah,
dope.
man.
Yeah, like I hopefully we get more people out here and like it like the people here appreciate it. Like they like the Paul Wall concert when he came over here, like it was packed. Um and yeah, it was cool though. We got to we hung out in the alleyway because he was smoking, and then
Nice.
my homies got I don't smoke, but my homies got to smoke with him, and I got to talk to him. So like it
That's
was really
sweet.
cool. The grill is real.
Oh my
Like that
God.
grill is crazy. But yeah.
God.
But yeah,
So
he
where
was
like
actually offering to make people grills, but you had to pay.
yeah, yeah. So just to get kind of give it a little more exposure, if there are any like where would the venues be in Juneau? Like, can you shout out some names of them that like maybe a Paul Wall or where he played, like that maybe
Yeah.
if there any of these acts are out there or there's any connection that can be made, where would they, who are the people out
Yeah.
there that would want to talk to?
Well, we have a venue called the Crystal Saloon, which is really big. Um, and we also have like a bunch of bars. We don't really have clubs like 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 nightclubs. It's mostly just bars. Like but yeah, if they want to get booked, I'm a little biased because like I have a homie, Merced Duran. That's your guy. Like go talk to him and he'll get you booked.
All right, get that name
But
out
yeah,
there.
like I'm a little biased because there's certain promoters that don't want to book me. So like for whatever reason,
Yeah.
I don't know why. Like I said, last getting used to like see what I'm doing is kind of different from the rest of the state because a lot of the state is kind of like they're kind of squeaky clean, and
Mhm.
I'm more like old school like hip hop
Yeah.
like there's cussing, there's
Right.
talking
Yeah.
about all this and that. Um, but yeah, so still getting used to it. So there's certain people that are not booking me right now, but Merced Duran, like he puts me on that stage, and I'm very loyal. And having like a red man at hit one of his shows.
Yeah, there's only so much like watering down of hip hop you can really do. It's just like it is what it is. It's like going to
Yeah,
I compare it to a comedy club or like even like a horror movie. It's like there's some people who never want to
yeah,
watch somebody get stabbed. They'll never like a horror movie. If you don't want to hear
yeah,
somebody get ripped apart verbally, then it's not the thing for you. But like sometimes you
yeah,
got to come hard. It's
yeah. Like it's yeah. Like I said, it's getting there. Like people are finally like. Plus, like so, we had a show at the same time as like these other people, and like their show, like they had people like leave and come to our show, and I mean that's gotta say something. Like
yeah,
people are real, like so. Hopefully that all works out. But
that's
yeah, people are kind of like sick of they're kind of sick of the squeaky clean stuff. Like it's too, it's kind of like unless you're doing
yeah,
it in a dope way. Like there's some people that don't cut, like Tribe don't cuss, like
right,
so
right.
the way they're doing it is kind of like some Nick Jr. type stuff.
Oh
Like
God.
yeah, we want real hip hop.
Yeah,
So
definitely,
yeah.
man. Well, real hip hop, like prohibited by law regiment, marked for death.
Yeah,
Somebody get me answers. So all right, we've been
I could probably find someone for you too who probably knows something about that.
if you hear of anyone,
'Cause,
let me know, because I'm just super curious. Like, I kind of like,
yeah,
I'm so easy that I go down these wormholes and get excited about this stuff, and I'm like, I always think there's a good story behind stuff like this. Like, and I always like
yeah,
when people share their stories and just form communities around hip hop.
yeah.
So anything else you want to touch on or talk about while we're here today? Promote or
Um. Well, nothing to mind, but yo, for all the viewers watching, yo, hit up my Instagram at Wordplay da Flyest MC. I'm on YouTube. My YouTube channel got vlogs, it got music, it got battles too. I film battles also, and I got a gaming channel coming soon, so that's gonna be dope. Um, and yeah, and subscribe to this podcast while you're at it.
Thank you very
So
much. You won't be
yeah,
disappointed too on Wordplay's
got you, bro.
YouTube. I easily fell down the wormhole today, and I was totally sucked in. I was like, the battles are great, the vlog
Hey,
stuff. It's like whatever you're doing is working, so just keep plugging ahead, man. It's awesome to see. It's like
I
you
appreciate
got
that, bro.
lightning in a bottle. So treat it well, man. Congratulations.
Bro, and I mean, and this podcast, bro, like I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna
Yeah,
come back.
you're welcome
Hopefully,
back, dude.
you'll have
It's
me.
like I really feel like that in a year from now, it's
Bro.
like you're gonna have too much going on to come back, but I'm still gonna hound you for it because you're really
Nah,
kicking.
bro, I'm gonna remember you because
All right, I
I mean, this
appreciate
is
it.
like the first out of town podcast that like they're just like, I want you on here. I'm like, so I was surprised. So I'm definitely coming back here, bro. I got
No,
you.
man, you're really kicking ass, so appreciate it, man. So, all right, been a pleasure. Peace from Hadley, Mass. Nice talking to you out in Juneau, and everybody check out Wordplay da Flyest MC. All right, man. Peace.